each and every individual to Psychology of People, Unleashing Human Potential. Hi, my name is Mark Boersma, along with Tom Kuntz and Paul Weiner today, and we're on Lesson 2, 17 Seconds to Quantum Thinking. Are you ready? I hope you're ready, because here it goes. Start your timer, 17 seconds. Which of these four shapes would you tend to like the most? A cube, a pyramid, a wavy line, or a ball? A cube, a pyramid, a wavy line, or a ball? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then which of these four things would tend to cause you most frustration in any area of your life? What's most frustrating? Out of order, out of control, boring or not fun, or conflict with others? Again, out of order, out of control, boring or not fun, or conflict with others. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 17 seconds. So there's a life-gps.org mobile app that you can do, and it's the coolest thing on the planet. It's 17 seconds. So 17 seconds for quantum thinking. All right, so we're done with today's lesson. Tom, how cool was this?
17 seconds, can't beat that. Pretty good.
Paul, question?
Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
The reason why I love this is that I've seen you actually do this on a phone call. I remember I called you one time with somebody you had never met. They had never met you, and I said, "Do your thing, Mark, to demonstrate this," and you did, and you could see I could see the reaction of the guy that was on the phone. I was with him, and you nailed him, and it was literally within 17, 20 seconds, and asking these questions, and it was a real eye-opener.
Paul, you've experienced this multiple times too. Don Crozier, a good friend of mine, he said something very profound. He said, human beings tend to think that if it's not extensive, if it's not exhaustive, if you don't put in hours, weeks, months, then it's not significant. So in quantum thinking, it can happen so much faster. The challenge is you may not recognize the significance of this, and if you don't know how to internalize what we just did, well then, you're not going to gain the benefit from it. Paul, questions, thoughts you have?
This was probably one of my first goosebump moments that we affectionately refer to. And Tom, I had the pleasure of having Mark talk to somebody he never spoke to. Her name's Janae. She's on the call. And it was just jaw-dropping, him going through her personality and, nailed everything. I think it literally blew her away. Same kind of feeling. You could see the wonderment. How is he able to do this? It's not a parlor trick. It's not anything more than, like Mark, you said, it is the ability to use quantum thinking to get answers quicker. And I know that I'm through resisting that. It's amazing.
So once we ask these questions, now it takes more than 17 seconds to be able to do what I can do, what Tom can do, what Paul can do. Tom has said in the past, the thing that's amazing about this is totally different than Myers-Briggs, it's totally different than DISC or anything else that's out there. He said the thing that's so amazing about it is that it's so simple that a child can, understand it and do it. And so my 2.5, one of my 5 grandchildren, 6 has now been announced on the way. Really cool. My 2.5-year-old granddaughter, I asked her, and she chose the ball as her number 1. So it's so simple that a child can do it and understand it and play with it and work with it and understand it, but yet it's so comprehensive that there's a 17 or a 12-hour online course I'd recommend you all go through on this. And an individual went through, and she had her doctorate in psychology, and she said, Mark, I learned more in that 12-hour online course than I did in my entire doctorate of psychology. It's amazing. Now, once you identify somebody's personality, you know their strengths, weaknesses, what they like, what they don't, turns them on, turns them off, if they're married, who they're married to, conflict in marriage, you know what to say, when to say it. You know their future. You know where they're going to make mistakes. Now, again, there's 4 major personalities. If you look at primary and secondary, there's 16. If you look at 3 levels, there's 64. If you look at 4 levels, there's going to be 256. If you look at the GEO and the pain quadrant test, which is what we took you through, and Life Masteries has developed this over the last 30-plus years with a whole bunch of other people. It's unbelievable. If you look at both personality tests, there's 65,536 possible combinations, and that's what keeps it so exciting, so fun. Like, the more you know about this, the more you know you don't know. And so when we look at, the first lesson, The Power of Boss, the science of psychology of people, for people in every area of one's life, today's is 17 seconds to quantum thinking. Now, it's going to take you longer than 17 seconds to learn how to do this. I've spent, 3 decades plus learning how to do this, and I still learn more every single day. Like, I can't get enough of it. It's absolutely amazing. So did we internalize lesson 1 and lesson 2? Yes, I mean lesson 2 because we already went through lesson 2. We know we have to internalize each lesson, or we know we have internalized each lesson when it changes our actions, i.e. what we do. We change our actions through thinking differently. We think differently when we are awakened. To be awakened, we need community. To be awakened, we need to follow through. To follow through, we need community. The community we participate in must know how to take personal ownership, know how to work smart and hard, must care in a way that very few people on the planet ever even know or have ever even comprehended caring about somebody else. So it's awakening, ownership, work, and care. So did you go through the assignments from lesson 1? Connect with your art mentor and what you learned, actions, and what you're going to need. Deep learning comes from not your art mentor, but your 2 art buddies. And then turning learning into earning. Did you go to this website, learn2earn.dna4success.com? And so we're going to go in to the full lesson and really start to peel away, but you can see, hopefully you can feel, you can sense the energy and the force in this. This is going to be cool. Here we go.